Welcome back to CTM with Omolola. Last week we talked about what we'll be discussing this week, and that's communication in the workplace. And why am I really hinging on this? It's simply because in the last month I had certain experiences that I felt perhaps I could translate it into something so that people could learn one or two things. I learned my own. However, I'll try and see how I can fuse both lessons. Lessons from both ends together. So what happened? One of my managers didn't show up for training, and I had to reach out to this manager. Unfortunately, I kept calling, but I couldn't hear from the manager. And prior to that time, we had an agreement that the person would come to the office that same day. So yes, I was worried. And yes, I was so persistent about calling the person. Although I'm very sure for the other person, it was disturbing. But then, let's say I'm a very persistent person. But then, at the end of the whole episode, one thing I learned is whatever it is that you're doing, I think it helps if you communicate to people, especially when they're expecting you. And this is a basic etiquette in the workplace. You're working with people, you're working with individuals, and whether you like it or not, they would count on you showing up at one point or the other. And really, truth is, you can never underestimate the importance of communication. You can't. Now, so communication is not just about talking to someone. It is also about you being proactive. So in case something comes up that is even totally out of your control, the best thing or the least you could do is to send a message across to that person. Also too, I think it also helps if we try not to be so persistent. Normal etiquette states that when you call someone twice and they don't pick up, you leave it at that and then leave a message to that effect. So yeah, I'm sure you figured out where I went wrong. However, I just want to talk about the importance of communication in the workplace. It can never be underestimated. Be it reports, be it something that came up last minute, changes, things that are even out of your control. I think it's important for you to communicate with the person you're working with. So yes, as a boss, I think it helps if you can also communicate to your colleague or the person you're delegating responsibility to, so that they can be on a loop of what is going on. I've had several previous experiences whereby, especially my former workplace, whereby my supervisor wasn't really great with communication, and then at the end of the day I had to figure out a whole lot of things all by myself. Yes, while that could have pushed me to learn more, to know more, and of course to take things up personally, or to grab the bull by the hand, the truth is at some point I didn't like it, because then if there is a situation, you'll be so surprised that the supervisor will not show up to take responsibility. Yet the fault is from that person's end. I'm a particular person who is very, very concerned about taking responsibility, and I think it really helps if people take more responsibility. So in order to avoid situations whereby you'll be forced to take responsibility for something very, very bad, the trick is, please learn to communicate. Communicate with people, let them know what's up. So I think it helps when you carry people along, take them along. It gives them a little sense of belonging. And another thing about communication is, I think it's the least any of us could do. It's common courtesy. Communicate to people, let them know what's going on, and then before you know it, you guys will work better. So yes, that's what I want to say about communication. And yes, I understand that we all have different communication style. Take for instance, there's some people that would prefer you send a message to them, some they would prefer to call. I am a caller, so yes, I'm up for it. Why? Obviously I talk a lot. So yes, I'm someone that I would rather you call me than actually send me a message. I'm not saying I'm not a reader either, but what I'm saying is I'm just going to pretend to address issues on the spot, which leads me to the topic for next week. Next week we'll be talking about different styles of communication. But till then, I'd like to say, please remember to subscribe, ensure to share, like it. See you next